Nah, dude. Nah.
All right, so we're talking about an ideal dictatorship, right? So we'll come to that conclusion, like you said, anarchy. You know.
All right, guys, I gotta go. Been a fun podcast, though. Good seeing you guys.
Oh no, come back, sunflower teas.
All right.
Fine. Hang on, guys. I gotta find my shirt. Can't find it. All right, dictatorships.
Yeah, man.
Dictatorship.
All right. The first is the easy bit, right? There's no dispute over this first point. Cleanse the society of all the pedophiles. So that's easy enough. But then we got to kill all the furries. Furries have to go.
Why? What should be for fairies?
Guess who's in the house? We got Matt Edgar.
Speak of the devil. Hey, let me get my shirt. I'll get him with his shirt gag. Watch.
There you go.
Hey, how's it
Go.
going?
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Dude, I almost wore what Teeb's wearing.
Dude. Oh, did you? Matt, hang on. Good point. Let me put my shirt on. Hang on 1 second. Matt, can we get breaking news? Will you be cheating on your girlfriend tonight?
No, not tonight.
Just a little too tired, a little too exhausted.
A little too faithful.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. It's good to see you, buddy. You look good, Maddie. It's good to see you, buddy.
I miss you, Teeb.
I miss
Where
you too,
the fuck
buddy.
are you, by the way?
Right outside Chicago.
Oh, okay, you're home.
Yeah, I just been doing gigs out here and playing golf, and I couldn't find my fucking shirt earlier. I couldn't find my shirt, so I was like looking for it.
I saw you're getting fat.
You saw what?
That you're getting fat.
Matt, when was the last time you and your girlfriend that you're so in love with right now? When's the last time you guys really fucked, like a real serious fuck sesh?
Great question. You know, because I was thinking about it the other day. The last time we fucked. You ever do this, like in a relationship, like?
I guarantee you the answer is yes, but go ahead with your question.
All right, just roll with me on this.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a busy week last week. Like we kept on missing each other. Like I think about that shit a lot more, you know, like I'm like, oh, we're going to both be home at the same time. I could maybe, you know, and like it kind of fell through every time. So like my balls were just getting more and more blue and filled up, you know? And so like sometimes I'd be like, oh man, I should fucking jerk off or something. But then I think, oh no, she's going to want it and I don't want to waste it. And so like I keep going. And then finally we fucked and it lasted like 2 minutes. It was horrible. Not even, dude, I shouldn't even say 2 minutes is generous. Like I fucking.
I, the other day was jerking off and I can't even come anymore. I'm getting so old, but I felt like I was about to come and it was like one of those old steam whistles, like on the Flintstones where it means that like it's time to get off work. And it just was like a steam whistle coming out of my dick. And it was like 9 a.m. and there's a bunch of Mexicans next door building a new house. And they all quit working like at 11 a.m. because they thought it was time to get off work because I was just trying to smoke one out.
You're like, no, guys, I'm just jerking off in here. Get back to work.
Yeah. It was just a standard 48-year-old guy beating off in his mom's basement. What's to do about that?
Hey, Teeb, is it harder to, you said you're not coming as much now that you're older? Is that real or are you kidding?
No, but it's just like one time it was a stick that said bang. One time it was a steam whistle. It's just all over the place, Maddie. You'll see.
Yeah, but
one time I thought I was about to come and it just like a bunch of ants just crawled out of my dick. I didn't even know they were in there.
Hey, dude,
how long they've been in there?
What I remember I was going through a breakup in my 20s, and you said something that made me feel really good for my future. I was like, I'm in my 20s, you know, and I'm like, I'm worried that, man, what if nobody wants to fuck me again or something like that. Or something, you know, melodramatic from, you know, I was really young. And Teeb's like, man, you haven't even began your best fucking yet. You haven't even started. You don't even know what you're doing yet.
Was I right?
Hell yeah. Fucking in your 30s is some real shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You are not kidding. Fucking in your 30s is some real shit. And was that girlfriend now on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Who else is on this show tonight? I'm sorry I'm taking this over a little bit because I know we only have him for a minute, and then I'll continue to talk to him. But I haven't seen or talked to Matt in so long, and I'm so happy for. So now, who else is on this show besides you? 100%, you're the best comic on this show.
Hands down. The only other person I know that you know would be Yorsi. I saw Yorsi Thomas is on there. Yorsi's a good dude, man.
He is a good dude. I will say that about Yorsi. He's a good. Hey, do you know that story about Yorsi and Ari Shaffir and the cigarette?
No.
So Yorsi he's a black comic, funny guy, nice guy. He's about as old as all of us, probably a little bit older than us, but he would always be bumming your cigarettes all the time. One of those guys that always wants to get one of your cigarettes. Always. And that's back when Ari used to smoke a cigarette. So Ari goes, she goes, late night, very late night. Hey man, let me get a cigarette. And Ari goes, okay, I'll give you one cigarette, but for this cigarette, I get to call you the N-word to your face right now. And Yorsi goes, okay. And Ari goes exactly like this. Here's your cigarette, N-word. And Yorsi took it and goes, thanks, Jew. And just lit it up.
Dude, comedians are just funnier people, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. There's no rules with us. We know everything is, you know. But also, man, I tell you what, some of the most sweetest times of my life, my entire life, has been like at a Comedy Store funeral, even for somebody that you weren't close to or didn't like, honestly. You would go to those and you still have that exact same respect of like, man, this is a tough life we've chosen. And it's just like, there's a brotherhood, even if you don't get along, there is a brotherhood that is deeper than a lot of family members I have. I'm way closer to.
Oh, we lost him.
Look at that. Boy, that's a fucking sexy pose. That's what he looked like right before he drove right off a cliff. Oh, there he is. Well,
what was the question?
No, I was just saying, what's your beautiful girlfriend up to? Please tell her I said hello too.
I will tell her that. So today is her sister's birthday. So she's in Vegas and they're going out to dinner, and I had to stay because I have this show that I'm doing right now, but I'm at the Comedy Store later, and she just texted me that she misses me. There you go.
Oh,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Three-part question. Is her sister older or younger?
Younger.
That doesn't matter. Okay, then that changes my second question. My second question is now, how much younger?
This is her 30th birthday.
Oh, we're right back in. Then my third question is still the same. How about I finger her with my dick?
Answer honestly.
Well, you gotta run that by her, man.
Yeah, but you could do the groundwork. You could do
good
the
word,
footwork.
you know?
Yeah, man.
Tell him his dick's like a finger.
Dude, imagine if me and you are fucking brother-in-laws.
Hey, do you remember the time you got a hold of my phone?
Everybody says that to me, but no, I don't. But what did I do to you? I remember when I got Adam's phone.
You ruined the dynamic of my relationship with a lot of my family.
Yeah, a lot of people say that to me. What happened when I got your phone? Because now I'm starting to remember it, because maybe your brand. I said something about you came out of the closet or something on social media, and then one of your family members believed it. Is that right?
Right. You said you made it start off serious. That's what I think that's what was most damning, because you're like, yeah, I just want everyone to know, after a lot of reflection, something like that. Like you're like, it's as if I mean it. You know what I mean? It's not a joke so far. And you say, I think now's a good time to come out of the closet, let everyone know that I'm gay. Yeah. And that I prefer giant black cocks.
Thirsty as fuck, that kind of shit. You can't get enough of them,
See, you just so break up a family.
Hungry hippos all over the place.
There's family that I hadn't talked to in years DMing me.
Yeah, and you had a couple of family members that were like, "Hey, congratulations," or something like that. Like there were some family members that were like, "Proud of you."
I have an uncle who also likes big black cocks, so he was like, "All right, you're definitely my nephew."
Runs in the family.
Listen, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go do the show.
I love you.
Hey, thanks,
Natty. Have a great set, buddy. I'm so proud of you. I love you, buddy. I can't wait to see you in October or whenever I see you soon. And all my best for Rachel.
You're gonna move back. You're gonna move back, right? Like you're gonna move back, right?
October, yeah, I'm back there in October.
But moving, like not just staying. Like you're gonna live there.
Yeah, unless something bad happens.
Great. Fellas, hey, thanks for having me back, guys. I'm always down, so hit me up.
Yeah.
All right?
But I'm a grower, not a shower. You know what I mean? I don't fucking brag about it or nothing. It just is what it is. So some people
Everyone I've met has always said that.
Yeah, well, some people.
No one's ever said to me, "I'm a shower, not a grower." No,
that's a good point.
I'm a grower.
That's a good point.
True. But there are just some people out there.
No one's ever been like, "Look, I know everything about me seems fine, but I have the most miserable dick you've ever seen."
Yeah,
I'm just putting my cards on the table now. You want nothing below my waist. You're out.
No, you know what I mean? It's like women, if they're not happy with their breasts, they can have them augmented or they can have them changed. But men, you can't, there's no real equivalent for small dick size. That's what I feel sorry for. That's why I don't laugh at people for small dick.
Yes, there is. It's called your wallet.
Oh, it's your wallet. But would you get a big plastic sleeve? That's no good. What do? They get some guy to pull it down further.
No,
lower.
You're just rich. You're just so rich. The girls pretend and they turn the other cheek. They go, all right, I can live with this. You're rich enough that I don't mind that I could pick a lock with your fucking cock. You know? That's why all them big dick motherfuckers are broke, because they're like, I don't need a job. I'm going to fuck my way to the middle. And I'm cool with it. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
I'm nearly at the middle. I'm getting there.
What do you mean?
I'm joking because he's saying like only big cock people do that.
You're doing some dick ups.
Nah, I can't do dick push-ups, but you know, I mean, I'm working on handstands. I don't know what.
I get that. Dude, you should see my dismount. I was in the Special Olympics, and I was trying to win a cart with doing gymnastics, and with this little tree trunk I call a cock, I was doing the craziest cartwheels you've ever seen, and they just thought I had 3 legs, and that's why I was in the Special Olympics. But once the jig was up, they took away my medal, but I was still spraying everybody down. I was
sex offenders register for their life.
Well, have you guys been seen any good movies lately? I know you guys are big movie guys and like to watch a lot of shit.
I had a fucking viral infection. So I was out of action for about 5 days, and I've only just got over it today. So yesterday was my last day of misery. I was all right. I wasn't feverish or nothing. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going to watch The Godfather Part 2. You know, it's 3.5 hours.
You only had AIDS for 5 days?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Viral infection.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And you've seen Godfather 2 before, yeah?
Yeah, but like first time as I was 18 last time I watched it. This is as a grown man, because an 18-year-old to me is not an adult. You know?
Sure, yeah.
So 29 years of age, I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, because I saw a 15-minute YouTube video talking about The Godfather 2, and it just made me think, right, that's it. I'm staying in. I'm watching Godfather 2, and I loved every second of it. I got pretty high as well. I was like,
pretty good.
What a film. It's just such a clever film.
It is a film. It's a film.
Yeah, I just love
the way to say it.
Film.
It's not a movie. It's not a show. It's a fucking film.
The one I had even came with an intermission. So I was like, all right, I'm going for shit now. It just faded out
Yeah,
into
but-
intermission.
The pause button, I can.
I know, but just a little bit of nostalgia for back, the 1930s when they had
I
Overture.
watched
yeah.
Scream 3.
Oh, fuck that.
Probably the shit Scream, but it was fucking dope. I love
I
Scream.
love
3.
that. I love all that fucking. I mean, I almost love
Yeah.
everything. I could be in a. There's always a movie that there's a mood that I can fit into. There's this thing out here in Chicago that was like famous when we were kids, and it still plays now, but I just play reruns of it from like the 80s and early 90s. It's called Svengoolie or Son of Svengoolie, and you can watch them all on YouTube too. But it was always it was on Saturdays, and now it's still on Saturdays, but they just play the reruns of these. And it was like 1930s, 40s, and 50s monster movies or zombie movies. And it kind of was a precursor to Mystery Science Theater. That Mystery Science Theater 3000, like that, where they just talk over the movie the whole time. But they just play these old crazy ass monster movies. And in every commercial break, they have these intermissions, and he'll do a bunch of sketches and bullshit about whatever the movie is and shit. And I forgot about that shit for like 20 years. And then when I came back here for the pandemic, I found this crazy channel that just plays these old reruns of it. And fuck, do I love it. It's the best. Just smoke pot and you just watch these old. I mean, those 1940s, 50s movies are insane.
Well,
They
like
were
the old
just such a
Godzillas and-
lie about what society was. It was almost propaganda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
The
almost
King Kong with
propaganda.
Jeff Bridges.
Jessica Lange.
Jeff Bridges.
The Jeff Bridges King Kong. It's dog shit, but it's so funny to go back and watch just how awful the fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking watched Johnny Mnemonic last week with my girlfriend.
and you can't
and
believe
that's Keanu Reeves.
people
Is that
used to
Keanu
take
Reeves?
Yeah, it's based on a William Gibson short story.
Yes. Mhm.
But
Yes,
it's my girlfriend summed it up perfectly. She said that's such a fucking stupid movie, but she loved every second of it.
Yeah. He's had the weirdest career. I mean, very monetized, and he's super rich and he's a superstar. But like, he has just missed on a few really, really big early movies. I'm not talking about Matrix or any of the other things he's done. John Wick, none of that shit. Early stuff. I mean, he was in some great movies. Parenthood, he was wonderful in Parenthood. He played that little like white trash guy that knocked the daughter up. He had the best line in Parenthood. In Parenthood, he had the best line where he said to Steve Martin, he goes, and he had a terrible father. His father was like white trash, treating him like shit. And he really wanted to be a good guy. His character was a good guy. He just fucked up. Like 19-year-old, they got this girl pregnant. He goes, any asshole can get somebody pregnant, but it takes a real guy to be a dad.
I love that.
That was his, I mean, dude, and he was probably 20 when in that movie. He's always just kind of been relevant in a way, Keanu Reeves.
I love that guy.
When somebody goes, "Oh, I hate Keanu Reeves," I go, "Wow, like what?" He's
Can't
always
hate
just
Keanu
been
Reeves.
like Teflon. He's always been kind of Teflon.
Yeah, but he's like that perfect guy. He's got to have a dark secret. No? Or do you reckon he's just that perfect?
I don't know. I will tell you this true story about him. Tate Fletcher, everybody's buddy. Tate Fletcher was stuntman, all this, and he was in John Wick.
Oh.
And they were shooting some movie in, I think, Hawaii or something. And it was over Christmas. And it was like big thing. It might have even been John Wick, but it was like a big movie, big super movie, blockbuster movie. And it was over Christmas when they were shooting there. So Keanu Reeves, let's say there's 200 people on the movie set. Keanu Reeves flew out of his own pocket every single person's friend or family member or their entire family and their kids, flew all of them to Hawaii to be with all of them over Christmas on the set. And he didn't even show up to the whole thing. He just sat in his hotel room and just watched everybody be happy. And he didn't even go down there and make it about him. He was just like, I'm just gonna let everybody have this day.
You know how like because of the media, we're always sort of fed the same narrative when it comes to psychopaths, like the Ted Bundys of the world, or whoever you want to mention, whoever you can think of. It's like they have this extreme pleasure in the things that they do. But I'm thinking on the flip side of that, there's people out there who get the exact same thing through sheer humble kindness. You know what I mean?
And that was like not, you go, oh, that I could see that being all your, like if that was Donald Trump or something. Well, for one, he would never have done that. He would have made all of them pay for it and then sued him for whatever. But he would have made that about him. He would have shown up and, to 1,000 photos, and it would. But for Keanu Reeves, Tate said it was just about everybody being with their friends and family, and he didn't even show up. He didn't even bring his own family to that. He just let everybody else do that and just let them. And like, man, okay, that sounds like a dude that's doing the right thing with his money. I got enough money to be whatever. If I'm him, not me. I would love anybody to Venmo me at Teeb7, whatever you want to send me. No, but he's rich enough that he's like, oh, I could just have money I would never even notice is missing. I'm making $38 million on this one movie. I'll take 1 million of those dollars, and everybody that's working on this with me, give them a fucking memory they'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty badass.
Well, there's one film that's not mentioned.
That's pretty
often.
badass.
There's another film that he's in that's not mentioned often, which is amazing. It's a David Ayer film called Street Kings.
I don't know Street Kings.
Right. So David Ayer, he's one of my favorite directors.
I'm writing that down right now.
Yeah. Right. Street Kings. There's a few films I want to mention with David Ayer that I think you'll appreciate both of yours. So David Ayer started off as a screenwriter for the film Training Day. He wrote the script for that. But then a few years later, he remortgaged his house and made his directional debut, which was
I was supposed to be in Training Day, and then they went with Denzel Washington. I get it.
And they fucked up there.
But there was his directional debut was a film called Hard Times with Christian Bale about an Afghan war veteran.
Oh, I have seen that, and I think I've seen every Christian Bale movie. He's one of my favorite actors, so I do know that film. So it's the same director.
So that's David Ayer. Yeah, so that was David Ayer's directional debut, and then his second film was Street Kings with Keanu Reeves and Terry Crews and Forrest Whitaker about corrupt cops.
Terry Crews annoys me.
Well, he dies in the first act. So
cool.
Nice. Okay, I'm in.
I think it's him. Might be just another.
I'm just sick of seeing his pecs. I'm just sick. Keep his shirt on, bro.
You know what I mean? Terry Crews.
You don't see me doing podcasts with no pants on. Keep your shirt on, Cruz.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so
just putting others down.
Street Kings, that's a recommendation.
Yeah, ever seen National Security with Martin Lawrence and Steve Zahn?
I do think I have, yeah.
It's like a
Martin
comedy.
Lawrence, people forget what a gigantic star he was.
Yeah, but Steve Zahn's underrated as well because he's been in some fucking great comedies. Evil Woman.
Saving Silverman, isn't it?
Saving Silverman, yeah. Yeah, but National Security. That's fucking hilarious. I'm going to watch that tonight. Yeah, it's National Security. Kingpin as well, Woody Harrelson. One of my all-time favorites.
Kingpin's the best. Bill Murray's great in Kingpin.
Oh my God.
I'm a massive Bill Murray fan. I would love to golf with Bill Murray. If I could pick my ultimate foursome, it would be probably, to golf with. Hang on. And throw fucking in there too. Golf and fucking ultimate foursome is coincidentally the same three people. Myself, Michael Jordan, Bill Murray, Barack Obama. I think the four of us would have some real laughs. I would get some secrets from the government.
Two people's assholes are going to be wide as fuck.
Oh, dude. And whatever they want. Wherever they want my nose. I'm like a fucking bloodhound. You want my fucking goddamn beak right in your turd pincher while I'm fucking tickling your taint with my face. Whatever they would want. Oh, and then we would also golf and talk about some cool bro stuff.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Barack Obama's got some stories to tell, hasn't He's
I
hyped some
love-
shit.
I love fucking Bill Murray. Everything Bill Murray's. What's
I
that?
used- I used to watch Groundhog Day on
Oh,
repeat.
fucking
before
love
I went to
Groundhog Day.
Oh, I love it. I
used to
love Groundhog Day.
Directed by Harold Ramis. You know,
Stripes. Is
yeah.
it Stripes? And they're in the army?
Stripes.
It's fucking
They're about
great.
to re-release. Stripes is about to have his 30-year anniversary. Is that right? No, 40-year anniversary
Did you-
of Stripes.
did you
And they're
hear
about
that?
to re-release it in all the theaters. Stripes is going to be a theatrical release again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The
I gotta go-
original Stripes.
you know, there's some movies that came out that I missed, but then they re-released them. So like Back to the Future had a 25-year anniversary release. I watched it in the cinema. There was only about 8 of us, but we had a fucking great time. Seeing it in the big screen just made all the difference.
Some of those movies from the 80s, 90s, you just got to see in the big screen.
Yeah,
it
'cause there's
doesn't
more
do it
nuance.
justice if you don't.
There's more
And they were
nuance.
shot on film. You know, they were shot on real film,
Well, this
which
is
really is predicated on being visualized on film, you know.
Well, that's the whole argument, isn't it? Roger Deakins is a well-renowned cinematographer, and he says himself, "Fuck film, digital's easier." He's a very
What's a
pragmatic
movie
man.
he did in Japan with
Well, every-
Johansson?
Ghost in the Shell.
Translation.
Translation.
Oh,
Lost in
sorry.
translation.
I was thinking of,
Lost in
Bill Murray.
translation.
yeah.
Yeah, Bill Murray and
That's a great film as
Lost,
well.
Lost in Translation is such a
It's different.
beautiful fucking movie. It's
Yeah.
a quiet little story about a man that's
He's a writer.
confronted with old age. He's
Yeah.
not old, but she's so young and beautiful. And, you know, he's like, God, man, if I was 30 years younger or you were 30 years older, we would fucking just dance, you
I think
know?
There's some
And they were
films that,
just on a different trajectory. And he set her free and she reminded him that he's not old, too old to live. You know, it really was, they really freed each other.
yeah.
They really needed to meet, but they never could be together. But I don't know. I
Do you
love
know,
that movie.
do you know my
It's a
takeaway
beautiful
from that
movie.
is? My takeaway from that is that it's one of those films that you don't really come to appreciate until you've experienced life. It's a bit of life, because when I'm 18 years of age watching Lost in Translation, it just went way
Sure.
off my head. But then things
Yeah.
change as you get older. It's like the film. There's a film
Yeah.
now that affects me differently now as an adult. I just fucking forgot what it was.
He-Man.
That's funny. I appreciate that film for what it is, because Canon was going bankrupt. At like
Thunderpants.
You are
Thunderpants.
right.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Thunderpants? It's a shitty.
Thunderpants?
Yeah, it's a shitty British children's comedy.
I thought you said Thunderpants. That's the move I call Thunderpants.
Yeah,
That's
Thunderpants.
called the Bullfrog. It's also
it's
called the Bullfrog.
This is about a kid who's born with 2 stomachs and he can't stop farting. And eventually, by the end of the film, they're launching him into space. And there's a Saturn V powered by his farts.
That's wow. A
ridiculous.
movie got made about that. And people think I'm nuts with the Bullfrog. No one gave me $1. That was for free, but someone made Thunderpants with a fucking
Someone
budget
did
that I
make fucking-
promise you was over 500 euro.
Oh,
I
it was-
promise you the budget of that was definitely over 500 euro.
It was a British film, so it's probably about a couple £1 million.
That's even worse.
You know what I mean? I tell you what, one of the greatest TV shows we've ever had in this country, comedy-wise, has to be In-Betweeners. That was probably one of my... I was watching some of it earlier today. My God, it's fucking genius, the way that's written.
There was a show that I just recently, a girl got me into a show that was
Peep Show.
I think it was
Is it British?
IT or something like that.
IT crowd.
Yeah. I really liked
Um,
that.
what's
I
that
thought that
dude's
was really funny. The black
Richard
guy.
Ayoade.
and- Was it
Richard
the IT
Ayoade,
crowd?
that's
Yeah,
it.
it's IT crowd. There's like 3
Yeah,
seasons.
the Irish dude. Yeah. You
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
watch Peep
That
Show.
was
If you're gonna
really-
if you're gonna take any
Peep Show I've seen.
recommendation from me, no, it's fucking that's my favorite.
Yeah.
British comedy after Spaced. You've seen
And
Spaced?
you know, it goes without saying that, the most popular television show probably in the last 40 years in America has been The American Office. But the English Office is right there. There would be no American Office or one. I mean, I think they're equally funny for their own things. The
Yeah.
English Office and the American Office. Do you guys watch the American Office?
No, not really. I do
Did
like...
you watch it? Did you love the English one though?
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais one, yeah.
I love Ricky Gervais. I really respect him as a writer.
Me too.
Afterlife,
I just
Derek,
think he's a brilliant mind. I think he's a brilliant mind.
An Idiot Abroad. You know
An
that?
Idiot
Yeah.
Abroad. There's a scene on An Idiot Abroad where
That's
he's on a boat. He's on a boat. I can't remember where he is, but he's getting sick, and he goes and sits in the back room, and he's trying to watch King Kong on like a video player. He can't get the video in. Some guy's like, "Come on, get back out to work," and he's like, "Fuck off! I'm trying to watch King Kong." Just oh man, he fucking cracks me up, that guy, man.
Yeah, dude, that's like some Ali G kind of shit.
Ali
You
G.
know what I mean? Like where you're just there's nothing to me funnier than Ali G. I'm talking about the original English Ali G, not HBO, not the movies. I'm talking about like 17 years ago, 18 years ago, Ali
Channel
G.
4.
When he
The
tried
original show. The
when he tri-
original show.
He tried to
Fuck,
get
man.
OJ to admit to murder.
Oh,
man.
fuck. Man, he's done some outrageous shit. You seen that new one he done? What's that new one he done?
What is America?
Yeah, What is America?
Oh, yeah.
And he unveils the mosque, doesn't he, to the rednecks? Fuck yeah, now. How he didn't get murdered.
He's just brilliant. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I really do think he's brilliant.
And he plays that Israeli guy, and he gets that Republican senator to agree to like having kids learning how to shoot guns at the age of 4.
I just think, and all of his character, Bruno is funny to me.
I haven't seen that.
Ali G, obviously, Borat for fucking sure.
The bit that
Borat
always tickles
for
me.
fucking sure.
Sean mentioned something about how the little things sometimes what makes you laugh in movies, and usually it's a personal thing that's just yours. And the bit that gets me every time in Borat is when he sees I think it's the Uzbekistan embassy, and he just leans down and goes, "Fuck you, Uzbekistan." That always kills me for some reason.
Yeah, dude. I just think he's brilliant. I think he would be a fun guy to have some laughs with too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just because I think that we agree on a lot of fucking. I think you know he grew up wealthy. He grew up very wealthy, and so he was just doing this just to be like, I want to fuck with people that don't agree with what I think is right.
Well,
inherently, that's it.
Yeah,
but he has balls because he can't lose. What does he have to lose?
He was in a TV show quite recently where he plays a very serious role, and I'm thinking I need to watch that now that I've just remembered it. I need to watch this.
He's got to be a good actor to play those fucking different roles as well.
He was going to play Freddie Mercury at one point until that Remy.
Contractually they didn't get into that, but
he would have been perfect as well.
He would have done it well.
I was extremely excited for that, and then I think contractually they just couldn't work it out. They got into it a bit. But I was like, people are going to see what a fucking unbelievable actor that guy is. If he got that, he's going to get some sort of role where he's really going to be able to, I don't want to say to like kind of like artsy, kind of like spread his wings or whatever, but you're going to see that dude is not just like some kind of like Steve-O Jackass guy. And he is a really artistic fucking badass. People are going to see at some point in time him really knock a role out of the park, and you're going to be like, "Damn, wait, that was Ali G." You know, people are going to do that kind of thing with him. I think I just think he's really talented. We haven't seen what he can do yet. I don't think. I mean, he's made us laugh a lot. He made me laugh a lot. Have you guys seen that Eric Andre movie?
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but the road trip.
Road trip. Yeah.
Oh, you know the bit that got me.
That was really funny too.
The bit where it sold me.
Several got me, but what got you? But several of them got me.
So I was in a bad mood that day. I was just before work, and I thought, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna watch it, you know. And I was like, I'll give it 10 minutes. And the bit that hooked me was with the fake jail escape.
With Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, where she was coming out of the bus. Then that guy that was cleaning. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't give her my best.
It's the way he's just like, go over there.
I would go that way. If I was
you want to go that way. Like not snitching, but at the same time.
That poor dude. And then that old lady that was in the cafe that just got so gossipy and was talking so much shit. Like when Tiffany Haddish came through, like, hey, I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then they came through like, hey, have you seen in my car? And they go, that bitch is gonna kill you. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And they do that finale at the end on the top of the building.
Yeah. And when they're in that country bar and then he shows up and he's all drunk on top of the thing and then falls off the back of it. Oh yeah.
You know,
great.
I love the behind the scenes stuff that you get, especially with Jackass. Like they done Bad Grandpa 0.5, and they did the behind the scenes of the finale. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Bad Grandpa, but the finale scene at the biker club where there's a, you know, there's not much of a plot really, but towards the end, it's you kind of want the grandpa to get custody of the kid, but obviously the biological dad's being an arsehole. It's all a sketch for those who don't know.
Yeah.
But the bikers aren't in on it, and they're getting really irate because obviously they're like want to see the best interest of the child. And behind the scenes, they were saying, you know, as soon as that coat comes off, shit's going to go down. That's what they were warned. As soon as the coat comes off, someone's going to get killed.
Yeah.
They're on standby, ready to intervene at any moment. That's how tense it was.
I haven't seen.
Well, I mean that's how it is in America.
Yeah, because they were all part of
anybody in a trench coat's got a gun under their fucking shit.
Well,
so
it was a biker crew, all associated with some form of protecting the children. You know, so they were lucky because you don't fuck around with these people.
No, man.
Sorry, I'm baked, so I'm struggling to explain simple things.
I was just about to say something to Sean. I go, hey, buddy, this is the first time this entire podcast we've been doing where that dog wasn't in the back of behind you. And right when I go, hey, Sean, that dog just jumped up behind you. And now it takes away everything I was going to say.
She's a Jedi. That's why.
What a badass dog. What a badass dog. What's your dog's name?
Leia.
I'm going to assume that's a Star Wars thing and not a you used to fuck it kind of thing.
No, it is. Yeah, that's
Star Wars. Shaw's an ardent fan of Star Wars. He's even got a bootleg version of the Christmas special.
No, I'm not that much of it.
Every version is. You're talking about the old school, like 1978 Christmas special one.
Yeah, the one that they rushed out. They rushed out. I haven't seen it because they thought, let's capitalize it. No, I've heard of it.
It's on YouTube. I'm certain it's on YouTube.
I've seen Red Letter Media react to it. That's good. That's close enough.
It's really bad. It looks like they shot it in like a fucking telephone booth.
It looks like a school play.
And Mark Hamill looks like he's fucking wearing foundation. What's all about?
You know what was badass though? Did you guys watch A Mandalorian?
Yeah. First season. I know what happens in season 2.
Oh, dog.
Was it the end of season 1 when Luke showed up?
No, season 2.
No, it's season 2.
Boy, that is the baddest shit ever.
Oh, yeah, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, when he walks in, you go, and he takes his shit off, and it's like that CGI, but it's like young Luke, and he fucks everything up, and you go, woo, woo. That was worth it, bro. That was some badass CGI shit. That's how you always wanted to see Luke Skywalker fucking fuck a bunch of people up. Like we wanted to see that shit back then
in the movie,
and they just used CGI to make it in it. Oh man, it was hot.
It's getting good. Good. I love these deep fakes that they're doing now. What they've done with Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel. Say what you will about that film, but he looked good. He looked really good.
I'm gonna put myself on a limb here and make myself vulnerable when it comes to like sci-fi movies or superhero movies in particular. There are 2 movies that every time they're on just regular TV, and I'm just like, waiting for a fucking sports game to start, or whatever fuck, McCubs playing, or Man U is about to fucking get on the pitch, whatever all you people are talking about. But whatever it is. But you're flipping through the channels and you go, oh, this is on. I can watch 20 minutes of this and be entertained. And I'm never disappointed that everybody hates both these movies. One of them is Captain Marvel. And one of them is even more controversial, Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. When it comes on, I go, if I watch it in 15, 20-minute intervals, I go, I can't wait to see how that movie unfolds. That was entertaining. But if I watch the whole thing in one whole chunk, I go, what a fucking piece of
I
shit.
did that recently.
Watch the whole thing or watch it in little bits?
A film that I don't like, but I like a little bit of it. So it's called Jumper, the 2008 film Jumper, based on the novel.
Another great example of that. Bruce Willis. I love Jumper. That's Bruce Willis, right?
No,
Oh, no.
That's
It's the
Lupo.
guy that played Luke Skywalker, or guy that played Darth Vader.
Yeah. Christian
Hayden
Christensen.
Hayden Christensen, yep.
Samuel
I
Jackson's
love
in it.
that movie. That is one movie where I'm like, I wish I had those powers, or like that would be, he could look at a map and then just like bang, he's at the Eiffel Tower or whatever.
It's based on a Stephen Gould novel, but the novel's a lot better because it takes place the whole time he's a teenager, and he has a lot more of the upper hand. Like he's the only one that can teleport. There's no one else. And it's really, really good. He's a teenager the whole time. The movie is good, and then once the whole action kicks in, I just tune out. I'm like, I'm out. Because you can tell when a film takes, this is something I've only noticed as an adult, but when a film takes place, it has to be filmed in several countries or several different continents. And you can tell that massively affects what you can pull off story-wise. It happens with James Bond movies, where they go to like fucking 19 different countries just for set pieces. And it really badly impacts the character development. That's what I don't like about Jumper. It's like they filmed everywhere at the expense of a good plot.
Have you seen that? There's a documentary about the making of The Mandalorian and all the technology that they did.
Yeah, amazing.
And when they're in that fucking gigantic room, and it's like you can't tell from the sky to the floor, and they can just project anything on that. That's going to be the future of that. Because even though that fucking is an expensive day of shooting, it's not flying 117 people and a bunch of gear to fucking Tel Aviv for 9 days, putting them all up and feeding them, and then flying them back, and then flying them to fucking, Sydney 8 days late. No,
Britain,
it's all
London.
in one place, and everybody's sleeping in their own fucking apartments. You know what I mean?
The thing is, though, is like most of these, production companies, they have to rent out the kit. That's so expensive, this new technology, but Disney owns the kit, so their overheads are pretty low in that sense.
That's essentially what the documentary was saying was, by the way, this is our shit. You know what I mean? Like we came up with this, so
they rent that shit out to other production companies, and just they get.
But it's still cheaper and safer than flying everybody to the other side of the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty badass, though.
That's it.
And then to your point, you can spend more money and more time on story development, plot line, character development.
There is a word for it. I can't remember what it's called though, but it's like there's a term applied to a film when there's loads of different locations, and it's like you look at the film Skyfall. It doesn't really take place in many places. Like they have to go to China and there's Hong Kong, but it's mostly in London, and it's a fucking solid story. But then you look at Spectre, and they're all over the fucking place. The intro's good because they go for that.
Or even one of those Christian Bale Batmans, where they're like all of a sudden they're in Shanghai and he's jumping off a building with
especially the
cape and
that kind of broke the illusion for me a bit when he just shows up in China.
Yeah, but he flies there, don't he?
That was a dope trilogy, though.
Yeah, it was good.
He was my favorite Batman for certain.
I think Ben Affleck had potential. When you see the uncut version of Batman
You
v
are
Superman,
true. I've seen it.
And that extra 30 minutes makes all the difference. Because I remember watching it in the cinema thinking, yeah, it was all right. And then watching it.
Plays an older, gruffer Batman well. Give him that.
Yeah. I can't remember what they called
just
it.
didn't get the movie. I don't think he got the movies to pull it off.
The Dark Knight Returns. I think that's what it's called when he's in his 50s.
What? Dark Knight Returns?
Oh no, there's a comic, a graphic novel.
I
think it's Frank Miller. Called
it's right before Batman Beyond. After then Batman Beyond was like, he was like almost.
That was the cartoon, wasn't it? That was the cartoon, wasn't it? Yeah.
But it was a cartoon and a comic, and it was a what do they call that shit? Graphic novel. It was a graphic novel, and he almost was like Alfred, and had this like young kid, not quite a Robin type, but just like another kid that was just wearing the suit, and he was kind of like guiding him, but almost played like an Alfred. So yeah, You're right. That was Batman Beyond, I believe.
That was good sci-fi. That was
right
really,
after what you were saying.
yeah, it was really good sci-fi. I enjoyed that a lot as a kid, and they did a good movie, The Return of the Joker.
In honor of your neck of the woods,
Yeah.
I'm having this shandy.
Lager.
Shandies are really popular here now.
Oh, cool.
Andy,
You know, I was
isn't that like beer and something else?
Lemonade.
That's it.
you know, I was reading that I watched a documentary, well, like a mini documentary on YouTube talking about the differences between advertising in Britain and America. So like in the UK, cider is advertised as sort of a men's drink, whereas it's more advertised as a woman's drink in America. Like it will be advertised as small glasses of it. Whereas
That's disgusting, man. Even the thought of it's making me sick. Really bad puking fucking nights. And then you wake up and you smell it. You just, every time you smell it, you're reminded of
That's
that.
how I am
night.
with gin. That's how I am with gin.
Yeah.
The smell of gin can get me to be like, I will never drink gin. And
Yeah,
I think maybe I was 20 or 21. I had just some bad thing. And now I just like have zero interest in. Pretty much the only thing I ever drink is beer and whiskey. That's all I ever do. At this point in time in my life, you know, I'm fucking 48, almost 49-year-old man. I've tried everything. I've done everything. I've made every mistake. I pretty much, with my life being half over, I get what I do and don't like at this point in time.
It's
and for me, it's just whiskey and beer, and everything else is just whatever. You know what I mean? I had vodka runs. I had different fucking, you know, I had fucking 5 years of doing blow. I had fucking my acid days with Duncan Trussell. I had my mushrooms days with Ari. I had but you know, when all is said and done, like I'm just a guy that likes to smoke weed, have some beers, have some whiskey, and I'm pretty cool right there. You know what I mean?
That's it. You got to keep it simple. My new favorite thing, my favorite combination at the moment is weed and oxygen.
Sure. Yeah.
Where you smoke a pipe and then go for a walk. And then that oxygen you get from walking, that rush, especially in the middle of the day. Oh my God, what a feeling. Sometimes I'll get a little bit of paranoia slip through my head, you know, especially when I have to walk past people, elderly couples. I smile too much at them.
Oh yeah, they know something's up. I like smoking the joint and then writing a post-dated check to a prostitute. And if I can start my day off like that, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, smoking half a joint and then masturbating.
Jokes on her.
And then smoking the rest of the joint.
Oh, that's good. But jokes on her, I'll be dead before that check clears.
You're like the Big Lebowski. You write a check for like 69 cents for some chocolate milk.
The paper is worth more than the money. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, where he's
sure.
like, I owe you some change. Just smashes like a couple of pennies on the counter.
By the way, Teeb, I remember I was going to ask you now. Are you familiar with the director?
Buddy.
Are you familiar with the director? I think it's Vincenzo Natali.
Yeah. What's he done? I know the name sounds familiar.
Writer director of Cube, the first one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cypher,
Yeah.
Splice.
Yep. Splice.
We're trying to get him on the podcast because I'm a big fan of big fan of the film Cypher that came out after Cube.
Cool.
Jeremy Northam and Lucy Liu. It's a sort of low to moderate budget espionage sci-fi. I love it. It's so simple and so charming. And
but we're bitches for like noir-esque sci-fi shit, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just other than myself and Matt Edgar, which I get, you know, and congrats on the get. Who's your dream guest? If you guys could go, each one of you, Sean and then Dan, you guys both answer it, and don't be like you have to agree on something. Like, who's your dream guest? Who's your dream guest? Someone that's alive. Don't be like, you know, Stephen Hawking or whatever. You know, somebody right now that you're like, I would love to interview this person. I have so many questions I've always wanted to ask this person. Who would be both of your dream guests?
All right, Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer?
Yeah. Just for the banner.
We can make that happen. That's an easy one.
Oh, okay. No, but seriously, that is my dream.
Oh, that's great, dude. Oh, great. That's okay. That's an attainable dream.
Like, don't get me wrong.
All you need to do is have a. All you have to do is have enough stamps to ship a fucking case of vodka to fucking the Valley.
Yeah. He's grown on me. I remember seeing The Machine story a long time ago, and then
they're making a movie about that right now.
I mean,
they're shooting it right now. They're almost done shooting it.
It's a 20-minute bit. So do you think it'll work as a movie? I mean, I hope it does.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When we're done with this podcast, go on YouTube or a Google rabbit hole and read everything that you can about them shooting this movie right now. And like, they're in Russia shooting it. Like,
cool.
Gun scenes going off. There's all kinds of. I think you're gonna be real pleased when you see they're turning that into.
Yeah.
Probably comes out next year.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I love most about him that he's grown on me? Is I like his innocence. I like the fact that he is still the fanboy.
The sweetest goddamn guy with the most beautiful daughters and the coolest wife. And he is just himself.
The bit
all the fame is just like all he does with all this money is have more fun.
Yeah, and the bit where him and Tom Segura are doing a podcast together, and he talks about drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid or half a gallon of Kool-Aid, and that just
I watched that. I saw that too. Yeah,
and it just sets him off.
That's Kool-Aid. Oh, Segura's the best too. Now, what about you, Sean? Who would be your dream get if you could interview anybody?
Hard, but they're very unobtainable.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Dream would be the lead singer of Deftones, Chino.
Oh, Deftones, yeah, huh? Yeah, a couple of mine would be maybe Jeff Tweedy for me, like lead singer of Wilco, or he'd be high up there. Jeff Tweedy would be high up there.
Oh, another dream.
Chris Robinson, lead singer of the Black Crowes. Chris Robinson would be up there too. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what mine would be. Jordan, probably Michael Jordan would be way up there. I grew up in Chicago.
Here's a literal unobtainable one for you now. I've thought about it. Alex Garland.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote the script for Dredd, and he was basically the director of that film, despite the fact he was just a writer. Everyone went to him for advice. That's what I love about it. Sure. That's how much respect he had.
He was a showrunner for a movie.
Yeah,
basically.
The poor director just had to fucking put up with it.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He'd be a fucking laugh, wouldn't he?
Dude, I tell you a Woody Harrelson story. This is not a personal one that I know, but the show Cheers he was on. That was like his first big break. He played a bartender in this sitcom in the 80s. They've been rerunning those late at night, so I've been watching them at like midnight. Like I'll fall asleep watching like 2 or 3 of those in a row. This is like 1984. Woody looks like he's 17, but he plays this like really stupid bartender in Boston, right? So there's always like a opening joke, and then it plays the theme song, you know what I mean? And then the show starts. So there's always like an opening little 2-minute bit. And so Woody's there, and that's also his name on the show. And he's bartending for all these people. And one of the guys goes, "Well, thank God it's Friday." And Woody goes, "My memory class." And then he runs to the door because it's winter, and he's putting on his winter coat, and he goes, "It's graduation day too." And then he leaves and shuts the door. Fuck, dude, my memory class. A dude that forgot about his memory class on graduation day was such a funny little joke, dude. What a funny little joke.
Yeah, I love that.
Memory class.
Was Fraser started from Cheers?
Fraser was the character that said, "Thank God it's Friday." Fraser was a spin-off of Cheers. Fraser was a spin-off of Cheers.
I love
He was
Frasier.
one of the characters. He was one of the characters that was always at the bar. Was Fraser? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't really watch Cheers that much, but I know Frasier.
Oh man, that's a American classic. It's just you're too young for it. But the comedy writing of that, you know who was the comedy writer of that? The head writer of that was Sam Simon. Sam Simon and Matt Groening. Yep. That was his first big break. He was the head comedy writer of that.
So do you reckon Cheers is worth going back and watching, or is it like one of those ones that's quite cheesy?
Yes. No.
Oh, yeah.
Those jokes still hold up. That joke I said right there is par for the course of the whole fucking, it's the writing of that is such good comedy. I mean, right there, that was the opening joke of, season 5, episode 2. that was just how the episode started. Was my memory class, you know?
Mate,
Yeah, I need something.
Cheers is, if you've never seen it, it is the cast star-studded, and it is every
I've always had good
episode.
shit though. I've always had good. Like, I've never
I'm telling
had
you.
negative shit.
I'm telling you, man, if you have never seen it and you're just bored and you're just like, fuck off, I'm gonna throw something on,
Yeah.
blow through Cheers.
I did that a couple of years ago with Seinfeld. Never watched it, and all I heard was good shit. And I blew through it. I was like, "Fuck, that was fucking great."
I like Cheers more than Seinfeld. I like Cheers more than Seinfeld.
Yeah, right,
I would choose Cheers more than Seinfeld. You know, just so personal. It's more. It's cute. You root for relationships. You know, and I think it's the finale of Cheers. I think was the third most watched live episode of a show in the history of the world.
You seen that video, that clip where Jerry Seinfeld goes mental at a news anchor because he accidentally said, "Oh," after getting fired from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
and he goes mental on him. He's like, "No, you started."
I've never been a big Seinfeld guy. Like, I'm not hating on him, but I'm like, his stand-up never made me laugh. I thought he was. I always thought that Jerry Seinfeld was a kind of stand-up comic that was making white people laugh that were afraid of black people.
Do you know
his audience is white people that don't have black friends?
I get certain vibes off certain celebrities. I just think there's something about them I don't like. With Jerry Seinfeld, I was watching comedians in cars getting coffee, and the first few episodes I was really into it. I like the atmosphere, I like the presentation. But then as I got into more different episodes, I started to realize it was how gimmicky it was. And I thought there was something not authentic about this man. And I got the same thing about Ellen DeGeneres years before any shit came out about her. I just looked into her eyes and thought something's not right. There's no soul there.
Yep.
And what I hate about American TV, you know, especially like Family Fortunes or whatever it's called, you see people in the background just fucking clapping and jumping up and down. I'm just like, I turn into my dad. I'm like, sit down, you cunt. Stop clapping. Because we're not like that as a culture. We're not like that as a culture, are we? People clap, but we don't get up and jump up and down.
Yeah, that's why X Factor and all that shit went down in ratings, because it started to get every person that would come on stage was a good one. All the shit ones, you know what I mean?
And you'd always get the sob story.
It's always some fucking asshole with one arm that wants to sing the fucking national anthem of whatever country he's from.
Yeah.
Hey man, good for you. You're not winning any cartwheel contests, but I don't think you deserve $1 billion because you can sing with one arm.
I got a story for you, Teeb. You like this one, right? So I think this was 2011 X Factor. No, I think it was Britain's Got Talent. It's Britain's Got Talent. And the guy that won...
Same shit though, right?
Same shit. But the guy who won was a Scottish guy playing the acoustic guitar, because most of Scotland voted for him, so he won.
Was it the ginger guy sung opera? Is that who you're about?
No, just some random dude playing the guitar. Like, he was good, but he wasn't like the winner. But Scotland just wanted to.
Was it the guy from the movie? Was it a guy from the movie Once?
Nah, I haven't seen
that. Was he
film.
Scottish? Oh, really? Oh, what a good movie, dude! It won a bunch of fucking awards.
I just got
the movie Once. Watch the movie Once. I think he's Scottish.
All right.
I think he's Scottish, but fuck, dude, what a beautiful fucking movie.
I will check
the movie Once.
Sure.
What was the movie that Lady Gaga and fucking what's his fucking face was just in?
La La Land.
Nah,
but that was Emma Stone.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It sounds right. Yeah.
Silver
Linings.
Some shit.
With Bradley Cooper.
It was
Bradley Cooper.
That's an old one.
Yep, you're right. Sean's right. But anyways, what the movie was?
Think of the name.
But it's Lady Gaga and fucking the same dude, Bradley Cooper. And it's like a musical, and they're like kind of like he's a washed up musician, and she's like, it's what that movie wants to be. Is the movie Once. The soundtrack is phenomenal, but that's what that movie wants to be. It's that movie without superstars, but a real musician. The movie Once. It is fucking a beautiful fucking movie. The movie Once. If you got enough fucking pints in you or enough little weed and you've had kind of like an iffy day, that movie will get you to cry. That movie will choke you up on two different levels.
I don't want to
what I
cry,
mean?
Teeb, man. I want to suppress my emotions until I'm a middle-aged man, and then I fucking start making bad decisions.
Sometimes you need to, yeah.
I get it, dude.
So,
Is
Teeb,
there
I
only
just-
one? Is there only one?
what I love about movies from like, let's say 2005 to like 2012, films went really introspective, didn't they? Of all the old A-listers from the 80s. You had Rocky, you had Rocky Balboa,
Yeah.
you had JCVD with Jean-Claude Van Damme, you had
You had
Mickey Rourke with the
the
wrestler.
Untouchables or whatever that is with every superstar that was in all the 80s. What's that shit called?
Expendables.
Oh, the Expendables. Yeah,
Expendables,
but that
yeah.
was more tongue in cheek towards their action careers. But I'm on about the more introspective ones, like Mickey Rourke and the wrestler and shit like that. I was like, that was a good little phase. I'm glad we had that phase. Now it's just nostalgia
Yeah.
baiting in it. Now it's just nostalgia baiting in Marvel. So we got that
Now
golden
it's just
age.
Marvel. Now Marvel has all the money.
Like Ricky Gervais says, well done Netflix, you win. Or in this case, well done Disney, you win.
Yeah.
The stream
Yeah.
wars.
Well done, Mickey.
You got
Fuck
it.
you, Mickey.
Huh?
That's who it is. Glenn Hansard. You know who that is? Irish. Glenn
What's that?
Hansard. He's Irish. That's the guy that wrote and directed. I don't know if he directed it, but he wrote and did all the music for Once.
Okay.
The other night, I just got
fantastic movie. Highly recommend it.
I just got finished watching The Last King of Scotland with James McAvoy and Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
fucking what a film! He won an Oscar, didn't he, for playing Idi Amin?
Forrest Whitaker is very underrated.
Oh,
He's been in a lot of pivotal things, but he's always kind of like the side guy. Forrest Whitaker is like really good sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is talking about the steak, but you're like, if it wasn't for that salad, it was just a good steak. It was a good dinner because of the salad. You know what I mean? He's always like what makes it a good dinner, but you're always talking about the main course, but you always forget about that side dish, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Perfectly good steak, but if those chips are on point, or fries, if you say, if they're on point.
Whatever it is, salad, whatever.
Peri salad chips.
A really good spicy rice or something like that. Fuck off,
well,
yeah.
Forrest Whitaker in Phone Booth. He's great. I love that scene right towards the end where it's like, your lawyer's coming down now. And that's when he gives him the sign. Yeah. We got him.
Phone Booth it's aged in the sense that no one uses the phone booths anymore, but that's still a fucking classic.
Oh, mate, you get loads of crackheads using phone booths on this country.
No, I don't see phone booths anymore.
Nowadays, people just shout at them when they're having a breakdown. They don't even put money in it.
How's you guys COVID? How's it going with your COVID re-outbreaks right now? Are you guys doing good up there? Is everybody
we're
chill?
sound. About a year or two ago, about a week or two ago, people kept getting pinged. 500,000 people got pinged saying that they'd been in proximity with someone that tested positive. So people have to isolate even though they weren't infected.
Yeah.
And I don't really pay too much attention to it, man, because we're just doing our own thing. The world's going to go where the world goes. But it seems to be all right. Pretty chill. I can kind of sense the vibe without even seeing the news. When the news is promoting bad stuff, I can sense it in the energy in people. Without even have to look at the news. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Every time I go into the pasta aisle of the shop, it's just fucking empty again. Like, yeah, there we go. Bastards are eating pasta again. Mate, I was in denial when it all kicked off in like February time. I was like, whatever. We've had this like 5 times.
You mean a year ago?
February 2020.
Yeah. Me too. So was I.
I was still in denial.
I was in denial till April.
And then I saw the store shelves get empty, and I was like, this is real.
February, March, April, I was still like, this is gonna blow over. It was those 3 months where I was like, I'm chill. It's gonna be fine. Whatever. There's a bird flu. Whatever. Yeah. And then by April, I was like,
it's when the fucking like regular each day news conferences happen. Like you'd have Trump coming out every day telling loads of shit, and we'd have fucking Johnson coming out like, "Oh, fucking you need to lock yourselves away."
One of the reasons why I got COVID so badly is because I was fat. He said that. PH fat for all you youngins out there. # get your jab.
Yeah,
that's
what he was going around.
Trump was like, "This will be over in a couple of weeks," and then 2 months later, actually got COVID. So
Yeah,
I
that was
get
the same.
it.
Like that was the same with Boris. He was going around saying like it's alright to shake hands still, and then he caught it. Then he was like, "No, we better not
You know
shake
what?
hands. Fuck me."
Boris Johnson is actually a demon. He just pretends to be a buffoon as an act. He's actually a very intelligent man. He's very evil.
Mate, he went through decent schools, all that good shit, and
Yeah,
there's no way he's a dumbass.
and
He
his
just gets that blubbering.
yeah. And his peers
You can do
said,
that with money. You
Yeah.
can just you can go to a good school if you're rich.
yeah, but even his peers at school said, yeah, he was like a bumbling idiot that was pretending to be a bumbling idiot. He was a very intelligent man. So don't be fooled by the clown.
You don't become prime minister without being an intelligent man. It's different from like becoming the president, isn't it? Because anyone can run for president, can't they? I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. Well,
If you got enough
I might be
money to
wrong.
do
you've got to
it.
be part of that circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you've got to have the
You gotta be
connections.
able to raise enough money to be able to do that.
You've got to be
And
willing to
then
pull on.
whatever.
Because think about even like what we're doing. We're not trying to become prime minister or anything like that. But in a way, we're kind of doing favors for people in a way that's, you know, we're 50-50. And, you know, you're pulling these favors and then you get to a certain level where you've pulled so many favors to get to where you're at that, you know, I mean, we're all corrupt in some way. Because we might be doing favors for people that we think are decent people. And then 10 years down the line, you're like, oh, right, they had a pretty fucking, they're actually pretty evil.
Yep.
You know, so
Yeah.
you know, you're just talking to
More
like,
so than pretty evil, just straight up evil.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Like Donald Trump is straight up evil. I don't care what anybody has to say on this show. Donald Trump is straight up evil. And if you don't think that, you're a bad judge of human character. I'm not talking about money.
I just
I'm
have
not talking
zero
about politics.
emotion
I'm talking
towards
about
him.
as a human being, he cares about one thing, himself. And to me, that's what makes a bad person.
Do you think it was all part of the
If
plan?
you only care about, I mean, everybody has the instinct to survive. But my instinct to survive is only slightly more important than my instinct to help other people. Because if I can't survive, then obviously I can't help anybody. You know what I mean? I want to breathe in and breathe out and all this. But if I see you thirsty as fuck and just dying on the side of the road, and I am walking by and I see a half a bottle of water, I'm going to give you half of it and I'll take half of it, whatever. You know what I mean? He would stomp on your throat and make you watch him drink that entire thing of water while you die. That's the difference. And there's zero doubt in my mind about that.
The way I see it is that there's corruption everywhere. You know, you just kind of have to choose your poison because the Democrats themselves are evil in their own way, you know?
Everybody only cares about money, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying I'm a Democrat. I just think that I'm just like this, like energy that rents this skinny fucking spacesuit. All right, guys, I'm gonna jam. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Let's do this again soon. Anytime, man. I love doing this show. Everybody listen to this podcast. Everybody get my album Covidiot on wherever you get music. It's on.
Mate, we still need to talk. We still need to talk about Covidiot. I bought the album, mate. I loved every second of it.
Do you mean that, man? You can honestly be honest with me. We're friends. You really mean it.
Yeah, right. So I purchased the album. Right.
Thank you, buddy.
On Apple. I went to Apple. Thought, fuck Spotify. I want you to get a real cut of it as best you can.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Bought that shit and then listened to it. And I listened to it in bed. Like I wasn't smoking weed at the time. I was going through a sabbatical and I was just having a little fucking giggle to myself. And then I listened to the second half the next day. And while I was on my lunch break at work on a weekend.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking giggling, dude. And then I showed it to Rachel, my girlfriend, and then she's fucking laughing. You know,
tell her to hit me up.
Within the first 90 seconds, it's like, nah, dude, nah, that fucking got me.
Oh yeah,
and hearing that woman cackling in the background, I loved her laugh. It's so contagious.
Thank you, buddy, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. I shot it in during the pandemic. I shot it right before Christmas, right before the whole. I mean, everything was already shut down, but it was right before everything really, really shut down. Remember when you could be like 40 people could be in a bar and they all had to be 6 feet apart and everyone had to have masks and everybody in the audience have masks on. That's why the cover of the album, it looks like I'm in front of a whole bunch of cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why the album cover is like that.
Everything's Brody in there.
Yeah, Brody's in there, yeah.
Yeah, Brody's in there. My buddy Jeff Scott's in there 3 times. The piano player from the Comedy Store just passed away too. Oh. Everybody on there is either somebody that I was staying with during COVID, or my dog's in there. My dog's in the far left. that black dude with the big dick that's sitting on the edge of his bed that everybody saw
Oh
during
yeah,
COVID,
yeah,
all
the
the memes.
meme.
He's on the far bottom right. He's one of the fucking cardboard cutouts on there. So there's a lot of inside jokes on the album cover, but yeah, man. So I shot it and it was like one time only. I couldn't rehearse it. I just had it was a one take, one time. That was it. There's a little bit of editing. My buddy Brett Morton, shout out to him, one of my good buddies. We edited it to get it to an hour, but there was not like 3 or 4, runs of it. It was just that was it that night, one time. I think I did an hour and 15 minutes, and we cut it to about an hour.
So is it cool to sample the nah, dude, nah, because we love that.
I love it. Yeah, no, you guys hit me up about it. I go, absolutely, totally use that. I love it.
Because up until now, we've used Tim Warner's, you're a Mark Man now, but we're going to change it. Change it up a little bit. Oh, cool, man. Well, I really appreciate it, man. Like I said, we're going to have a studio in a few months, man. So fucking, you've always got an open invitation if you ever come to England, man. We'll look after you.
Buddy. You're the best, man. I love you guys. And I'll do it again in a couple of weeks. Anytime. I love talking to you guys. And it's always my pleasure to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? All right.
Yeah,